So when it comes to the programming aspect here, all 52 weeks are done for every franchise across the company. You guys get them about, what, a week in advance? Something like that?
Yep, a week.
As a trainer, what is that like for you to have that game plan come, not even having to worry about, that you don't have to think about the programming, the owner's not calling you next day like, hey, I changed the workout last night, last minute. Talk to me about that.
So it completely takes away any of the extra work so that you can solely just focus on the quality of the movement that you're providing for the member. It takes away any kind of like hesitation. There's an entire portal with education about every single movement. They always offer continuing education as well. The training itself to go through is awesome and super intensive. So you come out not only a better trainer, but you give a better experience to your members, and it's less on your plate. So you don't have to really prep too much. You prep the night before, you look at the movements, and then you show up and you deliver an awesome workout that's consistent.
So have you been to the training camps in Charlotte?
Yes, I went to a training camp in Charlotte about 2.5 years ago.
Talk to me about a training camp experience. A lot of the, the average micro gym is just opening up and there's kind of teaching people on the go or sending them to a weekend cert for the organization. What is a training camp like?
So it's extremely MAD focused, also community focused, which is great. So they make sure that you know that they're there for you in your training process, and it's something that it makes you buy into the brand even more. It's an entire day of training, 2 entire days of training. At the end of the day, we do test outs, which builds camaraderie like nothing I've ever seen. It makes me feel like I'm back on like my sports teams, but it's exhausting, but it's fun.
Have you ever coached or trained at any other fitness brands?
Yes. Do you want me to mention them?
As long as you don't care, I don't care.
Okay. So I was at Orangetheory for 5 years. I crossed over between here and Orangetheory about 2.5 years ago. I was teaching at both for about a year, and then once the pandemic hit, I came here full time, just seeing how the brand handled everything and the way that they respected their coaches and just helped us out.
So you went from this cardio intensive kind of scenario to very strength intensive.
Yes.
What was the draw for you on that?
The draw for me was the fact that my only purpose here as a trainer is to make sure people are moving well. And I get to spend as much time diving into that. So it gives me the benefit of feeling like I'm actually personal training and not having to cue treads and not having to, push people for reps, just literally focusing on the quality of the movement, which is something that speaks super highly to me, or something that I absolutely love doing myself. The strength component, I've seen people here have some incredible transformations with their body, and not only with their physical body, but the way they feel about themselves. So being able to do a strength training, I feel like brings that out in everybody versus a cardio. Yeah.
So, and not to bash other models and things like that, but what for you, when you probably get a lot of clients that evolve out of an Orangetheory type scenario.
Absolutely.
Talk about that from a client acquisition standpoint. How, is MADabolic taking this kind of white space between things like a CrossFit and an Orangetheory or an F45?
Yeah.
How has that been beneficial? As a trainer, you've seen all these new people coming in and they're like, oh my God, this is what was missing in my other model.
Yes. So I always think of it almost like a graduation. Those are great programs to start with. It gets people interested in fitness. It gets people moving. But then there's a point where they kind of graduate from that and they want to learn more. They want to spend time one-on-one with the trainer, figuring out their bodies, figuring out their imbalances. So I've seen that happen a lot. And that's kind of the general vibe that we give with people coming from other programs.